pick out, well, you see the first few are quite simple. Because I mean, like one or the other, if you're going to solve for x, 99.99% of the time, you need to know how to factorize. So let's see. The first few are quite simple. All these first ones, right? Up until something like here, all these are straightforward. And here's why. Firstly, all these ones until number 6, right? They are already almost somewhat done for us, because we already know that as long as two things are being multiplied together and they're saying that our answer is a 0, what they're trying to say is this expression multiplied by this expression. If you're going to get a 0 as the outcome, it means that either one of them is a 0. So because you don't know which one is the 0, you're going to assume that either one of them can be the 0. That's why you equate each bracket to 0 and then you solve the x. So that's straightforward for all of these. The only thing is, for something like 4, we don't want to make the mistake of thinking that the x and the 4, they go together, because they don't. So in a situation like what we have here, right, what you actually may want to do is you would want to simplify first by multiplying the 4 inside. So you'd have here 4x, right, and then minus 32. And then from here you want to simplify just one step further by, for example, here you have like terms, right? 4 plus 1 is like 5x, and then this is equal to positive 32, because the 32 is a negative, it will go to the other side and then it becomes a plus. So in this situation, we know that you would then just divide by 5 on both sides to let's see here, over 5. This cancels this, x is equal to 32 over 5. So let me see here. Let me see what. So with this kind of a question, it's quite straightforward, right? Nothing crazy, nothing major. I think we can all see what needed to be done there. Going forward, when we get to something like number 7, right? With something like number 7, we know that we have to now know how to factorize using methods of factorization. So when you factorize a trinomial, right, and you want to end up with what you may call with 2 sets of answers, all you have to do is you want to get factors of 8, right? That give you 2 factors of 8 that give you 2. So factors of 8 that give you a 2, you can test out 8 and 1 don't work. 2 and 4 definitely work. Those are the only ones that work, because 4 and those are all the factors of 8 actually. So 2 and 4 are the only ones that seem like they are going to work. It's only 2 and 4. So obviously what that means is your 2 brackets, you're gonna have to put 2 on one of them, 4 on the other one. And then you ask yourself, to get a negative 2, you need to say the negative 4 plus a 2. Fortunately, these numbers multiplied by each other will give you a negative 8, which is what should happen. If you multiply them, they should give you this value. And then if you add or subtract, they should give you the number in the middle. So this one is straightforward, right? Before we move on to the slightly more difficult ones. Here,
x minus 4 is equals to 0. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then here
x plus 2 is equals to 0.
Of which this here will give us x is equal to 4.
Or x is equals to 2.
Yeah. So it's the same for question number 8, right? With question number 8, we need to keep in mind that question number 8, all that's happening there is that we have x squared plus 5x minus 6 equal to 0, right? So in this situation, what we know is it's the same idea. We want factors of 6 that give a 5. So you can try 6 and 1, it gives a 5. 3 and 2 also gives a 5. So what you then need to do now is you need to pick out ones that will produce a positive 5. To get a positive 5, but then when you multiply, you need to get a negative 6. So if you think of the 3 and the 2, these would not work because 3 and 5 give 3 and 2 give a 5, but only if you're adding both of them. You see, if both of them are plus. So 3 and 5 won't work. The 6 and then the 1 will work because if you say minus 6, and then, no, if you say positive 6 and you minus a 1, you get a positive 5. And then also if you multiply, you get this negative 6. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how we do it, you see. So doing what we're doing now, we can see that we have here x in the first bracket, x in the other bracket. Factors of 6, we said we're going to choose a positive 6 and a negative 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make each of them equal to 0. Starting with the first one, this goes over. And then the second one, this one goes over. There you go. Those will be your two answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm done writing it down.
So with that being said, right now we can obviously move on to like the stuff under the yellow lines, because the reason why I pointed out these is because yeah, I just wanted to give the idea that they are somewhat the ones that are like generic, you know, the ones that we all can it's not difficult to see what's happening with all those questions, you see. Yeah, so let me just take this thing here. Let me do this. Let me see here. So the next one, let's see what we can do. The next one says, what does the next one say now? Next one says something very particular, but let's see what it says. Let me see what it says here. Yeah, so the next one says the following. This is obviously not straightforward as the others, but it's not too crazy either, you see. So let's see here, 3x squared minus 7. Let me just copy it here so that we can write it out where we have space. 3x squared minus 7x plus 4 equal to 0. So from here, we can see here, let's say cut, and then let's just paste this thing here. See what we can do, make this bigger. Okay, so this is question number 9. Okay, yeah, question number 9. So question number 9, this is how you work out a question like this one. So with this particular trinomial, right, factorizing a trinomial like this one, let's see. Yeah, that's what we need to do.